For every triumph,
Wow!
there is tragedy. No! For every hero, a heartbreak.
Total BS.
Bringing you closer.
We are about to take you behind the scenes.
Let's go.
More exclusive coverage
All the thrills, all the spills, all the drama of Extreme E Season 4.
than ever before.
Let's go.
This is Extreme E. Welcome to the third edition of Extreme E's Electric Odyssey. In this week's episode, we'll bring you behind the scenes unfiltered content from the opening rounds in Jeddah. Learn how to get the perfect racing start. Dive into some of the problems faced by the Red Sea's coral reef. And unpack how this nomadic championship packs down after an event. But first, we caught up with reigning champion Michaela Arlen-Kotlinski about her rise to racing glory.
So we have one video to show you.
Okay, I don't know why I'm nervous.
From the beginning, it just didn't feel natural to me. I simply couldn't see myself doing that sport.
Rosberg X Racing are the Extreme E champions.
That took a long time because I wasn't interested at all at the beginning.
Always when people ask me who my role model is, it's my mom. It sounds maybe a bit cheesy, but she is.
I often say not everyone is lucky to grow up with a mom who's been a rally driver.
When she drove go-kart, she was fast girl on tarmac.
When I had full throttle for the first time on the straight, that's when I was like, okay, I should try to do this.
She put up her goals and she never gives up.
That's how she is. She really worked for it, and then she just took a step, and the next step, and the next step.
She's such a stubborn girl.
I am. I am very stubborn. The journey started in 2019 when I first got a call from Continental. Being part of developing the tires from the start is really special.
January 2021, the first ever Extreme E race.
From that point on, I've learned so much, and I feel my development as a driver has been huge. And I think that's the great thing with Continental, really giving female drivers the chance to grow as drivers.
And we are off!
To be here now is just amazing.
Arlen-Kotlinski doing a really good job. She's been the quickest driver out there on the female side of the grid.
That year, she was getting faster and faster.
It's not only about taking good positions in the final, but also being really quick for the Conti Traction Challenge. Those points were super important.
Johan Christopher's saved the biggest roll there. Oh no, the steering's broken. Michaela Arlen-Kotlinski having the drive of her life. Limping over the finish line. Rosberg X Racing are the Extreme E champions.
It's really an incredible journey going from not even being sure to be part of Extreme E in season 21 to become the champion in 23. When I was young, I did definitely strive to make my family proud. When I've gotten older, I've been striving more to make myself proud. Yeah, that's a lot of feelings.
It did not go according to plan. Hello and welcome to season 4 of Extreme E. We are about to take you behind the scenes.
Ready?
We're here in Saudi Arabia for the Desert X Prix rounds 1 and 2.
That's huge.
We have got 3 drivers making their debuts.
Travis Pastrana waves at Jeda.
2 new teams, so plenty to talk about.
Matches the suit.
Can't wait to see Bumblebee. That's Bumblebee actually. Just to introduce you, our Bumblebee.
Gutierrez. You don't say that. You don't say that at the end. No?
Gutierrez.
Gutierrez.
It's all a question of position.
Yeah.
And you know that's what we're shooting for.
This looks like a lot of options.
Yes.
To go tight, to go far, to go whatever, aggressive. That's our style anyway. So, so far we love it.
Turn 1 is like, it's very tricky because you come over a crest and in the apex of the corner, the turn is very soft. Like the sand here is something I've never seen before. It's so sandy.
I think it's a lot more in the mountains than we thought, so it's going to be a lot of bumps and jumps in the dunes, which is cool. So yeah, it will be an exciting track, I think.
Voila! You have to go as quick as you can, because if not, you land in the flat.
The tea. You have to give me a second. Hold on. This is pretty hard. I think it's been cooking in the desert sun. Cheers.
3.6 kilometer long by foot and about 7,000 steps in deep sand. It wasn't easy.
No, it's a good workout. It's a nice start to the weekend.
You also could have just moved the full finish to the left.
No, I don't. We...
I'm sweaty.
Always a history.
Okay.
Oh, you look so gorgeous.
Why, thank you, sir. What advice do you have? I know you. Well,
No. The advice.
Not real advice.
I really think this track, you're lucky to come at this one.
Good.
Because it's not yet difficult. It's just if the ruts get deep. The car doesn't like deep ruts and you go sideways, you have a chance to flip it with no big effort. So you can play to a certain drift angle and you're fine. If you want to do something this, you hook it and boop.
He's been extremely helpful, a mentor throughout my life, but unfortunately I just haven't been able to beat him. For me, there's 2 things that matter. 1, we get some points for Jimmy and Legacy. 2, we don't roll anything. And 3, we beat Matthias.
And we're racing. It goes green in Jeddah.
A lot of wheel spin for Axio on the sides, but a great reaction time from Fraser McConnell. Everybody using the Anoa Hyperdrive. Pastrana now on the inside of Molly Taylor. Fraser McConnell should have this from the outside line. How deep is Travis willing to go on the brakes? Sideways, Molly Taylor coming around the outside. Pastrana gets into P2.
Fun. Couldn't see nothing.
Oh, that's the worst.
We can't see it. Sorry. Okay, thank you, boys. Good luck. Good luck.
You're on board with Lyra Sands coming round towards the finish. Great drive by her.
Hey, the action was mega.
Yeah.
Because when everybody still didn't have hyper, you were 1 car in front of everyone.
Even before hyper.
Yeah.
Grand final, wheel spin from all the cars. Out really wide, the McLaren. Look at this. An incredible line from Matthias Ekstrom comes out. It's super wide up the inside, trying to get all the way to the lead, and he does. Ekstrom with an unbelievable cutback. The widest line we've seen all day. He will have known about that all day long. Now, though, Kristoffersen fights back. He's got the alternate line and carries a bit more pace. Alongside Matthias Ekstrom now. Kristoffersen up the inside line makes the pass. 3 cars going to leave the switch zone with 2.2 seconds between them. Cristina Gutierrez, familiar with chasing the RXR. Oh, contact between them. Up the inside. A lot, side by side. It's going to be enough, surely. Gutierrez on a roll. McConnell's over on his side. Gutierrez takes the lead from RXR.
She's on your inside. Keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing.
Yes, go on, go on.
Colin Kotlinski, after an incredible battle with Gutierrez, she takes the win. It's 0.3 of a second between them at the line. 0.1.
Yes, go! Unreal. That was unbelievable. It's been a slow day, and we just had one of the best finals we have ever seen.
With equality being one of the key pillars of the XE Championship, the series is always looking for ways to further level the playing field. This year, for the first time, each team's female and male driver must start the race an equal number of times across the championship season. We spoke to Veloce's Molly Taylor and Andretti Autokilat's Katie Munnings about how you get the perfect start.
The starts in Extreme E are so important. They can make or break your race, so it's really critical to get a good start. The first thing when you're lining up, making sure that you're putting the car in a good placement, so you want to start on as most grip as possible. The reactions then from the lights is obviously really important. You know, any delay in the reaction puts yourself a bit behind, so you want to be on the front foot.
It's all about trying to find the traction. Molly Taylor, though, got the whole shot, just edges in front.
It's all about timing, and it's a lot to do with the engineering. They kind of have to set the car up so the way that they feel is best to get traction on each surface, and it's very different for each surface.
And then it comes down a bit to strategy, what your grid position is, what the hyperdrive strategy is, where you can see a lot of the time it's to use hyperdrive off the start, but then we've also seen in other races it makes sense to save that.
Munnings is the first to use a hyperdrive. Look at the difference 400 kilowatts makes as Katie Munnings streaks into the lead.
It's also where to use it in the first corner, whether you want to leave it a bit later or whether you want to do it straight off the start line. It's all about who's going to reach the braking point first into the first corner, and it's different on every track, so it keeps it exciting.
I think with the starts, there's obviously things you can control and you've got your plan and your procedure of what you want to do, but then it also can get thrown out the window because it's really about adapting to everything that happens around you. That's a really fun thing about side-by-side racing, is that putting that element where you've got to make those split-second decisions that you can't always prepare for. You just got to go with what you feel in the moment. Then it's racecraft. It's what your track position is, how good your start is relative to the people around you, if you're on the inside, if you're on the outside. You know, at the end of the day, you've got all these cars lining up and everyone wants to be the first one through turn one. So you've got to kind of use all those little bits to try and make sure that it's you.
Hello and welcome to season E.
Morning. It is Sunday. That means it's another race day.
Hello. Yesterday, that was the greatest race I've ever seen. That was so good.
I think the ideal line, everybody saw now, the guy on the 4 will go,
Yes.
The 3 will say, The 2 will say, 1 will say, So I think the whole thing will go like this.
Molly Taylor's trying the extreme line. Not going to get to the apex soon enough, though. And Travis Pastrana gets the whole shot. Travis getting the door strap done up there, and now has to run out.
No!
They're almost certainly going to get a penalty for that.
You gotta be kidding. Pits. Sorry, Greg.
That's a big one because that's safety.
Well, I tried to tell him to leave and he's taking too long.
Yeah. I can't get to the belt with the latch, so I need to just get out. You do the nets, and I can get it from the outside. And then I thought you were buckled in on my side, so I tightened your strap down.
I couldn't, because I was trying to get this one because there was far over on the right. I don't know why it pulled over to the right so much, so I was struggling to get this one in.
I'm so sorry. That shouldn't even have been a... we had a chance to get that check mark over Matthias. You almost...
We did.
But realistically, we did.
We did.
Yeah. We beat them over the... us.
Focus on passing both of these, Timmy. You can do this. Focus on both of them. Get past.
Hansen up the inside, gets it done this time. Gutierrez leaves just a car's width.
Time to make the move. Time to make the move.
Brilliant drive for the Andretti Autokilat team to take the lead. He moves up 2 positions. There's Katie. We said she wears her emotions on her sleeve. She's looking stressed.
Nice, Timmy. Nice. Well done.
All right, so that was 6. For Timmy to overtake both, I just couldn't watch. I was just turning around the whole time. I just couldn't watch that, but yeah, that was a tough heat. We knew that it was going to be really tough. We had a tough heat team against the final, and I knew that off the start, Matthias and Kev had 2 of the fastest drivers we've got here, so it's a tough job, and then just had to cling on to the back of them and give Timmy the car in the best possible place, and then, yeah, he just does monster park every time he gets in the car.
Yeah, they do. That's absolutely amazing. We figured that out. All we have to do is tell Timmy to overtake. We've been missing that for 3.5 seasons.
Really well. I guess that's the one you're using.
Timmy, overtake. Okay.
Everybody except Jeda has used their Inoa hyperdrive, so Jeda we can only assume is going for the extra move. He'll try and cut back, heads right out wide. Gutierrez is on the extra line too, but coming around the outside line, contact! Dani Rakil goes straight over in the JBXE machine.
Daniel, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay, just stay there and wait for the extraction.
I didn't realize that that's how it was. I didn't realize that people just go full gas through a wall. I didn't know that. It doesn't look like that from the outside when you watch it. It looks like everybody's making very conscious decisions about where they're going.
Grand final, can RXR make it 2 from 2 at the start of the season? There you can see Inoa hyperdrives from everyone except Arlen Kotlinski, who's going to hang back at the back of the packs, and there is zero visibility. Arlen Kotlinski uses the Inoa hyperdrive now on the run down to the next corner, gets inside. Oh, manages one pass, but it's Fraser McConnell who leads at the moment. Fraz would love to pick up the win with Lias, and so would Laya after the way the end of last season.
Wow, look at that RXR right at the back of Veloce.
Yeah, there's contact, look.
Pushing.
There's contact, I love that. This would be brilliant redemption for both of them. Acciona Sainz get the win from Katie Munnings and Timmy Hansen. A brilliant performance by the Andretti Autokeelit pair, who are very much back on form.
Let's go!
Sorry, I couldn't see
Yeah, it was really dusty and a lot of sand kicking up. It is what it is. Got the win yesterday, so all good.
Oh, I'm so shaky. But the race. Yeah. We're pushing it. I was pushing it.
Well done, he's good.
Come on, Carlos! Come on!
The legacy trips are an integral part of Race Week, where the drivers are given the opportunity to connect with the sustainable message at the heart of Extreme E. In Jeddah, coral reef experts from KAUST University invited the drivers to explore the Red Sea.
Today we're going diving to see the corals here in the Red Sea, and it's a very special ocean because it's so warm here. So the corals are very unique and are surviving. We're in the university here in Jeddah, and they're doing loads of research on these corals, so that's what we're gonna look at, and it will be a great experience.
We're here with Cordap, KAUST and Ocean Revive, learning about the importance of reef health, coral health, and also planting some coral as well.
We are going to do scuba diving. We are going to replant some corals and watching the technique and trying to do it. It's good to have this opportunity to learn and understand a little bit more about these beautiful animals.
We're about to jump in the water. I'm snorkeling. I'll be on shark watch. Apparently this reef is called Shark Reef, so I'll be on the lookout for any visitors.
Here he is. We have corals that we grow in land-based nurseries, and today we're going to outplant some of them in the reef just to show a quick and innovative way how to do it that we developed here at KAUST. It's just one of the most diverse ecosystems in the world, and unfortunately it's also one of the most sensitive ones. So climate change has had massive impacts on these systems, and what we're trying to do is to preserve them. Corals are tremendously important. They are ecosystem engineers, so they build reefs similar to the trees in the rainforest. If we don't have the trees, we don't have the rainforest. That's the same for corals. So a lot of people depend on them for fisheries, tourism, and also for coastal protection. If we lose local reefs, we have to reverse engineer them for coastal protection. A lot of the storms that come in are hampered off tremendously by coral reefs.
The coral reefs of the Red Sea rank amongst the best in terms of conservation status across the ocean, but yet we are seeing the fingerprint of climate change impacting on the coral reefs. Shark Reef has lost about half of the living coral cover due to a bleaching event last year. Through the Legacy project, Extreme E and the drivers of Extreme E are helping replant, and so we wish to secure a future for coral reefs, not just for us, but for our children and our grandchildren.
We saw so many beautiful corals and fish, and it was just vibrating with life. The only way to save them is really by this research and by common knowledge, and that we need to protect them. So what we can provide as drivers and Extreme E is just the awareness. You can't get sustainable unless people know about it and unless people just kind of appreciate the value of the nature that we got out there.
The power of Extreme E is the power of communication, is the power of informing the public, not only about the predicament that coral reefs are under with climate change, but also the hope that we can bring about through delivering new technologies that can help coral reefs to be resistant and resilient to climate change, and therefore secure a future for coral reefs in the whole ocean.
As part of Extreme E's drive towards equality, 2 female STEM students are given the opportunity to gain valuable Race Week experience. We caught up with the ambassadors to hear about their first event.
My name is Jessica.
My name is Cynthia.
And we're Extreme E STEM ambassadors.
Our role is to primarily give paddock tours to VIPs. And what we'll do is usually give them, share facts that we've learned. We're asked to run different sorts of, errands, which I think is amazing, because no 2 days are exactly the same.
We definitely spread ourselves out as far as we could.
I've had the opportunity, to speak to people and mention Extreme E and what I was doing in Saudi, and every time they're like, wow, that's absolutely amazing, because it's not just tours. It's not as simple as, we were giving tours. It's so much more than that, because we were essentially absorbing information like sponges throughout the week.
So this is the command center. We were able to take some people in there. They have headphones as well, so you can listen into what people are saying and the teams are discussing.
Yeah, and we were each given a person to escort from the command center.
So basically, I was in charge of team principal.
Yeah.
You were in charge of the driver for the winning team.
Yeah. So when I was taking Fraser on the second race, it was really cool because I was like, oh my God, congratulations. And there's so many cameras kind of following us. So yeah, that was pretty awesome to kind of witness up close. So.
As you can see, we're always doing side quests here. Cynthia is now part of the sword dance.
This is a traditional Saudi dance. And I don't know anything about Saudi dancing. I don't know if you knew anything about Saudi dancing before this.
I just remember, I was in the middle of a conversation, I turned around and I saw you have a sword and just dancing, and I was like, oh yeah, she's definitely getting video of this.
We are making friendship bracelets.
Write my name on it.
They wanted us to make some friendship bracelets for each of the drivers, and then later they were presenting on the TikTok to all the drivers with their reactions, because they were so excited. And then we later found out that more bracelets were made because some people were jealous that they didn't get any. So we were just so happy, just so nice to be that close. Because then when you look back, it was rows of people behind us.
Everyone was kind of gathered together to watch it, which was awesome. And yeah, seeing it up close, I was just like, wow, I'm actually seeing it live that close. I think the main thing that Extreme E want us to get out of this is experience and networking opportunity, and kind of build basically stepping stone into the motorsport industry.
For us, it was just so nice being in a safe space, which is not very common in motorsport, I think.
It was just an amazing opportunity to learn so much, but being on site and being able to absorb that is just something that's so invaluable. Thank you for watching, guys, and if this is a YouTube video, then what do they say? Like, comment and subscribe.
Extreme E races in some of the most remote locations on Earth, where there is rarely any infrastructure. So the championship aims to carry most of its kit on its floating centerpiece, the St. Helena. In order to transport the freight to the next destination smoothly, it's crucial that the post-event pack-down is meticulously planned.
It's a huge job for our logistics team. So the teams have kind of the afternoon, evening to pack up. As soon as racing's over, we immediately start de-rigging. It usually takes about 7 to 8 days. It starts with our technical partners, and then after that it's our infrastructure, so all the tents, the toilets, utilities. Most of our kit travels on the St. Helena, so the important thing is we can get it packed up properly, sent to the port and on to our next location. The cars are obviously very important to the racing, so we have to take amazing care. So as soon as they're packaged up with the teams, within a day or two we put them into a private, secure area and then get them to the port as soon as possible.
We are responsible for building the full infrastructure of the Extreme E race paddock. We set up all the tents and infrastructure so that other suppliers and teams, when they arrive, obviously there is then a race village for them to live in for a week, and then we take it all down. We are quite a good group of family, friends. We all know what each other's got to do, and I think because it's extreme, because it's just us, we help each other out. Before we go, we'll do a full litter pick, and so the full site and racetrack will be devoid of any plastic or stuff that's probably been here a lot longer than we have.
My role is to lead the deck department here when we do cargo ops, so loading and unloading the cargo before and after a race. If you're in a certain port, they can work it at a 24-hour shift, so they'll work continuously, which means we will work continuously. So you normally get it done in just over 24 hours. is you'll start to load the cars in their palleted form. Then after that, once they're all down and secured, you're putting containers in, and then you have to lash everything down and make it secured for sea. Again, you make a plan to say we're going to put the heaviest stuff at the bottom, the lightest stuff at the top. Then that plan is sent to the shore side so that they can send all the cargo in the right sequence, and then you can load it that way. There's no other ship that does it at the moment, you know, to send everything en masse in bulk. We have everything on board here, and no other ship does that.
We arrive in a pristine part of the world, and we got to leave it hopefully even better than when we found it.
The most important thing for us is kind of turning everything we have here back to its usual state, ready for the locals to come back and enjoy their space.